الرحمن الرحيم اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا رحمتك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام رب زدنا علما أجمعين اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Walaikum Assalam wa rahmatullah.
So complete the ayat that we started yesterday, that is ayat number 27. So الشيطان الرجيم يا بني آدم يا بني آدم لا يفتننكم الشيطان كما أخرج أبويكم من الجنة. So we completed this up to here yesterday, right? أبويكم. So أبويكم is dual here, means parents. ينزع عنهما لباسهما ليريهما سوآتهما. So we have verb here ينزع. نزع ينزع, it means to remove. Can also mean to take off or remove, right? So like we use the word an-nazu al-akhir, suffering before the death, because the soul is getting taken out. Also you have like the surah wan-nazi'ati gharqan. Nazi'at, it's referring to the angels who take the soul out. Nazi'at. So yanzi'u here would be to remove. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya Bani Adam, la yaftinannakum, la yaftinannakum shaitan. So let not the shaitan tempt you. Kama akhraja abawayka min al-jannah. Like he removed your parents from the Jannah. Doing what? Yanzi'u anhuma libasahuma. So removing anhuma. So he removing anhuma libasahuma, their libas, the clothing. So libasa huma. This is idafa and this is mansub. Mansub because it is the maf'ulun bihi, right? Of the verb yanzi'u. Li yuriyahuma. Right? Li yuriyahuma sawatihima. Now this li, now we have a li here. So we know this lam, wherever this lam comes, this is always going to be harfujar, always. But one thing you're going to remember that when it has a fail mudari after it, then we call this as lamut ta'lil, lam of reason. So lam of reason is one of the instruments which puts fail mudari into mansub. All right. But if you go one step ahead to understand this more grammatically, so it's not actually this lamu ta'lil that puts fail mudara into mansub, because lamu ta'lil, lam is what? It is a harfu jar, just like the other harfu jars we have. I'm giving you a bit advanced point here. There is actually an an here. You call it an. An mudmara. An, like we have an before fail mudara. You know that when there is an an, it puts the fail mudara into mansub. So as for the grammar, it's actually an that is hidden here, and that an is what puts this fail mudara into mansub, not li. But for the sake of simplicity in our elementary stage, for us, if we remember that it's done by lam talil, we're good. Lam of reason, right? So this lam is giving us the reason, and this is going to be majroor always with a kasra. The other lam that was a lam of emphasis, when that gets applied on fail mudara with noon sakila, noon of emphasis, that's nam maftu with the fatha, right? That we have seen so far in the surah, that has a noon sakila at the end, but lam with the fatha, right? Like we did yesterday, la yaqulunna or la yaqulanna, la with a fatha in the beginning. But this one has a kasra, right? So this is lam ta'lil, lam of reason. So he got your parents out from the Jannah and removed from them. So yanzi'u is fi'l mudari marfu, simple. Anhuma is jar majroor, and libasahuma is the maf'ulun bihi. Again, this is an idafa construction. So he removed or or we can say stripped from them of their libas li yurihuma, in order to, or so that. Now we have a verb here li yuriyahuma. So you need to know that how to go ahead and get the root. What verb is this? So obviously this huma is what? It is the attached pronoun, and it is the maf'ulun bihi. And this lam here in the beginning is the lamut talil. So what are we left with? We're left with these three letters, ya, ra, and ya. Yuri. So what's the verb? Ra'a. Like ra'a, and what's the mudari? Yara. Ra'a is madi. But there is a dhamma here in the beginning. All right. So I was just trying to write it here right before the start. I'll just show you. We're going to know what this verb is. So I have ra'a and yara, but this is not you. The verb we have here is the dhamma on the first letter. So that one is actually from form 4. Let's do it from form 4. Now, this is the fa kalim. What's the fa kalima of this verb? Ra. This is the first radical. Second radical is hamza. That is the ayn of it. And the last one is ya here, which is the lam kalima of it, right? So exactly we're going to put them in this one. Now tell me, when we bring this verb in form 4, ra'a and yara, what's the meaning of ra'a? Ra'a means to see, right? So to see. Now when we bring this in form 4, yes, what's going to happen? The hamza alif is going to remain there, right? Which is the form 4 letter. Now the fa, what is the fa? That's ra, right? Ra, it's going to get a sukoon exactly the same way. So you got to keep an eye on this. So fa is going to get a sukoon, and then we have a hamza. That's going to get a fatha. And then we have the last one, that is ya, all right? And that one is also going to get fatha. So this is how it should look ideally, right? This is how it should look when you bring this verb in form 4. In Madi, I'm talking about, all right? I'm talking about Madi. But don't do this final yet. Now, so what we're going to be doing here in this is actually this gets dropped for the sake of simplicity. And the final verb we have is like this, ara. We'll not go in detail. We'll just go in detail in mudara. Ara is the form 4 of ra'a. Now, what's going to be the mudara? Let's look at the mudara of it. So the mudara is going to look like this. So you have a ya with a dhamma. That's obviously going to be from fi'l mudara. Then you have the fa kalima. The fa kalima is going to be a ra with a sukoon on it. And then we have an ayn kalima. That's going to be hamza, right? And then you have the last lam kalima. That's a ya. All right, that ya is actually with a dhamma, but because of weak verb, we're not going to put a dhamma. So it's going to be yur-a. So for the sake of simplicity, this was supposed to have a kasra on it, right? So this kasra goes to the previous letter. That's going to be a ra, and this is going to get removed. So this is going to be like this. So this is our form 4 of ra'a and yara. I would suggest you to do this conjugation yourself. Write it down for form 1, ra'a, madi, all of it, and then yara, mudare, all of it, and then ara, all of it, and as well as yuri, including the amr. All right. So you'll be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 conjugations you're going to do. All right. So ara. So what's this yuri now? Yuri is fi'lun mudara, and yuri is form 4. All right. But when we give a lamu ta'lil to it in the beginning, lam of reasoning, that's going to be li. And obviously this will give a fatha to it, because the naqis verb in the naqis verb are marfu with the dhamma muqaddara, but they're mansub with a fatha zahira. All right. And they're majzoom with hasfi harfi illa. We know that, right? So if I was supposed to make yuri or yara even into the majzoom form, we would have simply dropped its weak letter. Majzoom, I'm saying. But if I had to make it mansoob, we'll just give a fatha on it. And but if it was marfu already it was with a dhamma muqaddara. So this is li yuriya. So ra'a would mean to see, right? To see. And ara would actually mean to show, because in form 4 you bring the action gets transferred to the object ideally, right? So in form 4 you have the object maful coming there. So li yuri. So it mean, how we can translate it, to show, right? So let's go back to our ayat here. All right, so this verb will come multiple times in this ayat here. All right, so you have yanzi'u anhuma libasahuma liyuriyahuma sawatihuma. right? So this is uria. Now this is not form 1, this is form 4. So in form 4, yuri would mean to show, right? To show. So here it will mean to make it appear to them. If we see what's the clear, how is the clear Quran, Dr. Mustafa Khattab translating this, and he's saying in order to expose, right? Expose their nakedness. So saying, O children of Adam, do not let Satan deceive you as he tempted your parents out of paradise and caused their cover to be removed, right? Yanzi'u anhuma, their cover, in order to, now this in order to is Lamut Talil. So he's translating as Yuri as expose. So this actually is what? This is means to show, right? Simple dictionary translation. Ra'a, form 1 means to see, and ara means to show, right? So here it says to show them or expose them, expose on them sawatihima. So the sawatihima again has come multiple times. So this will mean their shame or their nakedness, and this is going to be the maf'ulun bihi. And this is sawati. This is kasra here. Why? Because it's a non. It is a sound feminine plural. Jama muannas salim. So its mansub form will be with a kasra because feminine plurals do not accept fatha. Sound feminine plurals, right? Sound. So you have muslimatin. There is no word as muslimatan, right? So muslimatin. So this is the mafulun bihi mansub. What's the alamatu nasb here? Al kasra. Al kasra. Now al kasra in this case is the secondary Arab. It's not primary because kasra is primary for majrur. So it says sawatihima. So this is fi'lun. Sorry. So it's mafudun bihi mansub wa alamatu nasbihi al kasra. لأنه جمع مؤنث سالم. So in this case you'll give a reason because kasra is not the primary Arab, right? Kasra is the secondary. So you're going to define it. لأنه جمع مؤنث سالم. So li yuriyahuma. So first verb we came here from ra'a. It is yuri, which is form 4 mudari'a, and this is fi'lun mudari'a mansub. So how are you going to define yuriya? This one, yuriya. This is going to be fi'lun mudari'un mansubun wa alamatu nasbihi al fatha zahira, right? And why is this mansub? Because of lamu ta'lil. All right, and what is this huma? This is the mafulun bihi, attached pronoun. So this will have two. Obviously, see, ra'a in form 1 has one object. So when you bring this in form 4, this will have two objects. If there's a verb that in form 1 does not have any object, in form 4 it'll have one object. But if there's a verb that has one object already in form 1, in form 4 it'll have two objects, like you have it here. All right. So to expose them of their shame. Innahu, indeed he. So who is this who going to? It's going to shaitan. Innahu. So I told you that wherever the damir comes, the pronoun comes, always look where the pronoun is going, right? Try to find it. Innahu. So we have inna harf tawqid wa nasb, and what is who? It is damirun muttasilun, and this is where fi mahal nasb, right? So this is at the nasb here. Innahu, indeed he, yarakum. Now it's very easy for you. Yara, you know the word yara, right? So this is ra'a, yara. This is active. I mean, this is obviously active voice, but this is form 1, right? This is also active, but this is form 4, uria. So yarakum. Innahu yarakum. Indeed he sees you. You all, kum, plural. So who is this kum going to? Now, can anyone tell me? Who's this kum referring to? Yes, innahu yarakum. Who is this kum? This. Sorry?
It's going to Adam alayhi salam.
Adam alayhi salam is one person, but this is kum, plural.
Both.
Both plus Iblis.
Well, you need to go back to here. Yeah, but who is this addressed to ayat? Who is this addressed to here? Right?
Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
No, Ya Bani Adam, children of Adam. This is the entire mankind.
Okay.
Right? Ya Bani Adam. Allah is addressing to all children of Adam alayhi salam, right? So that means all of the people. Allah is addressing them, right? Right in the beginning. Then he's saying, oh children of Adam, right? We did Banu Adam, Bani Adam. لا يفتننكم الشيطان كما أخرج أبويكم, because أبويكم, Adam alayhi salam and Hawa alayhi salam, they are the parents of the entire mankind, Bani Adam, of the entire mankind. So do not let the shaitan, don't tempt the shaitan, do not let the shaitan tempt you, right? You all, like he took out your parents from Jannah, exposing them of their shame by removing their libas to expose their nakedness. Innahu yarakum, and he sees you all, right? You all as the children of Adam alayhi salam, right? The entire mankind. He sees you. Innahu yarakum. Now you see, yarakum is a verb, right? So again, you see this damir is taken out from here. Why? Because we're supposed to do an atf here. Huwa wa qabiluhu. Just like I told you last time here, you cannot do an atf between a verb and a noun. It has to be between either a noun and a noun, or a verb and a verb, or a sentence and a sentence. It has to be same on both sides. If it's a mansoob on here, it'll be mansoob on the other side. So here, if we say it, innahu yarakum wa qabiluhu, he sees you and his, and qabiluhu means his, his people, his army. He sees you. Now we cannot do atf between a verb yarakum and kabilhu, like we did last time. Uskun ant wa zawjuk, right? You live, you and your spouse. So you cannot say uskun wa zawju, right? Do you remember? I told you last time here. Let me show you that again. You guys, here it is. Us ya Adam, uskun anta wa zawjuk. Right? So again, this pronoun was taken out from uskun, right? So otherwise, we cannot say it like, yeah, Adam uskun wa zawjuka, because uskun is a verb, all right? And zawjuka is a noun. So you cannot have this wa between a verb and a noun. You cannot do an atf like this. You have to take out the pronoun. So this, I told you that we take the rules from the Quran, right? Grammatical rules. So you have to take this pronoun out. Uskun ant wa zawjuka. So this pronoun got out from there, and then we did this atf with zawjuk. Right now, if you see the similar thing here happening in this ayat here, right, which is innahu yarakum huwa wa qabiluhu. All right, I think I'll freeze it here. It'll just come up. You got an idea what I'm actually talking about?
So your voice is not coming.
Voice is not coming. It should be clear now.
No, it's clear.
It's clear. Something problem there. So I was saying that, is this clear what I was actually talking about here? How we do an atf here in this case? Here, yarakum wa qabiluhu, huwa wa qabiluhu. Why is there huwa written separately? That's what I'm actually talking about, right? So you cannot do it like yarakum wa qabiluhu. This pronoun has to be, who is the, what's hidden in yara? Huwa, right? It's yara, tara, ara, and ara. So the file is mustatir taqdiru huwa, but you're bringing that huwa out. Why? Because there's an atf that we're supposed to do with qabiluhu. All right? Innahu yarakum huwa wa qabiluhu. All right? That's what I'm saying. You understood what I'm saying here, what we're doing here? We're taking this out from the verb like we did with uskun, right? Yeah, with respect to wawal atf wa qabiluhu and his tribe. See, if we do not do this now, the question is, if we do not have the huwa here, for example, all right, if it's written without it, and you're writing wow there, and you're saying that innahu yarakum wa qabiluhu, then this wow will become wawal hal, because this is a subordinate clause and it has a jumla ismiya coming after it. Then the translation will be totally different. Then in that, because you will find that kind of scenario also. Then don't ask me that time where you told us that we cannot have a wow between a verb and a noun or something like that. What I'm saying is we cannot have a vowel atf, because there are different types of vowels, right? Vowel atf means what? Which is, both sides, it has the same thing. Like an and we have in English. But if you have wow where it is verb before and then there is a noun coming after it, then obviously that's not a vowel atf in that case. Then that will be vowel hal. Then the translation in that case would be, if it's written like yarakum wa qabiluhu, then it would mean innahu yarakum wa qabiluhu. In that case, the translation would be, indeed, he sees you while his tribe. Are you getting my point? Then you're going to translate while his tribe. So then it's not waw al-atf, then it's waw al-hal. Are you following me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right? Very good. So because that scenario can also come sometimes, right? But so that's will give you an indication that's not waw al-atf. When on one side you have this and on the other side you have different. So when it comes, I'll tell you that time. But you should know that why we had to bring this pronoun out. Where we got this from? We got it from here. We extracted the pronoun out, right? So now, but still, you will say that yarakum, the file is yara. That is file of yara is mustatir taqdiruhu huwa, and this is damirun munfasilun, right? And qabiluhu again is doing an atf on huwa, and this is again marfu. Why? Because the file is marfu, so file is always marfu, right? So if you say that this is also the file, we're fine with it. But grammatically, you will say that the qabiluhu, which is an idafa, is doing an atf on huwa. So he and his tribe, qabila, right? Tribe, see you. They are seeing you. Min haythu. What's the meaning of haythu? We did this verb before. Anyone remembers the meaning of haythu? Min haythu. It means from where. It is the zarfu zaman. Sorry, it's zarfu. It's zarfu makan, not zaman. Makan, right? It's a zarf. Now, why is this min haythu? Why is not haysi? There's a min coming before it. It cannot be mansub, it cannot be majroor. It is mabni. Haysu will always be like this. Like we have haza, we have hazhi. So haysu is a mabni noun. It is an ism zarf and zarfu makan. And one more thing, it is mubham, another thing which is a bit advanced thing for you. There are two types of zarfs we have. Like we have amama, tahta, right? Like we use the word like few, some. So
فوق
that's ambiguous. Yeah, like that.
فوق
Where? So
فوق
yeah, go ahead.
فوق.
فوق, like that. So the same way we have حيث. So this is zarf makan and this is mabni, all right? So it will not have fatah. Like amsi we have. Amsi has a kasra always. You can say amsa because amsi is also mabni. So with a kasra there at the end. So حيث is mabni and this is a zarf, right? Makan, and this means where. Min haisu, we say wherever. Min haisu la tarawnahum. See again the same verb there. So three times it already is there. This is one. Number one, we had yuri, yeah, mansub form of form four. And then second time the verb came here, yarakum. And now we have tarawna. La tarawnahum. Ma mana tarawnahum? Min haisu ma tarawnahum. So can anyone try this? Tarawnahum. What is this? What form is this? This is simple form. Yes, form one. So you have ra'a. Let's go back to screen here. So you have this one, form one. Ra'a, yara. Then if you do the conjugation of yara, all right, it's yarau. Can we do the conjugation of yara? So you have, yes, ra'a becomes yeah,
ترى
mudari. So what's going to be for yeah, so what's going to be for second person? So we have yara, tara, ara, and nara, right? So if we go ahead and you just write it down, it's gonna otherwise consume us quite a bit of a time. So, but simply tell me if we say yarawna, masalan, yarawna, what's going to be the who's going to be the file of yarawna? Tarawna, sorry,
We.
Tarawna. How is Tarawna going to be V? So is it Tarawna here?
أنت
It's going to be Anta. Try it again. What's Tara? If Tarawna is Anta, what's Tara? Get my point. So yeah, Tarawna.
here is the
So Tarawna is
this is I
this is it is plural. What is this? Taf'alun. Right? It is taf'aluna. So that's why I say conjugation is important for these two verbs both. So do it today. So for with respect to tarawna, it is fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un alamatu rafihi subut nun. All right. Wa alamatu rafihi subut nun. And who is the file? Waw al jama'ah. Right. So this is the plural. So this is second person. It is antum tarawna. Right. Taf'aluna. Haysu la tarawnahum. Where you do not la tarawnahum. So this is la of negation, right? La nafiya. La nafiya, simple negation, where you do not see tarawnahum. Where is this hum going? To shaitan and his tribe. All right, plural, this hum. You following me?
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
right, tarawna is tafa'aluna, right? And the file is wawul jama'ah. And this is an important verb, ra'a, and it's form 4. So that's why I had last time also told you once to write its conjugation, write it again if you have forgotten it. All right. So tarawna hum. So whom is going Kabil. So this means that actually the Iblis and I mean the Shaitan, he has surely he can see that surely he and his soldiers. You see, he's been soldiers, like he's mentioning his soldiers, or you can say the tribe or the soldiers, watch you from where you cannot see them. All right. So that's what the Quran is telling us. Inna ja'alna shayatina. Now, shayatina is the plural. All right. Shaitan, shayateen, shayatina, ash-shayatina. This is the plural of shaitan. Now, because we have a group here, Kabiluhu with a tribe, so now they are addressed collectively. Shayatina. Inna, indeed. So, inna is inna plus na. Inna plus na. What is ja'alna? Made, right? Ja'alna is fi'lun madin, right? Fi'lun madin. So it means we have made. Inna ja'alna. So if we have inna, na is the damirun muttasilun ismu inna. And ja'alna is the khabaru inna, which is a jumla fi'liya. Ja'alna, like fa'alna. We have made or we made ash-shayatina. Shayatina is the maf'ulun bihi. Ash-shayatina. What we have made them? We have made them awliya, the friends. We have made them devils. We have made devils as what? The friends, awliya. So this verb ja'alna is again taking two objects. That is shaytana and awliya, friends. Friends for who? Lillazina, for those or for the ones who la yu'minun, do not believe, right? So they see you from where you cannot see them. And also another point next to it in the same ayat is, indeed we have made ash-shayateen, the devils, as friends. Now if we see the how would you define ash-shayateen grammatically? So this is maf'ulun bihi awwal, and awliya would be maf'ulun bihi thanin, and both are mansub, right? So it's maf'ulun bihi awwal mansub and maf'ulun bihi thanin mansub. All right. Lillazina is simply what? Jar majroor. Li is harfu jar, and allazina is ism mawsul, but at the same time it is harfu jar. So ism mawsul wa harfu jar. And then we have la yu'minun. La is what? La an-nafiya. Simple negation. Yu'minuna, because fi'l mudara is negated by la, right? Madi is negated by ma. So yu'minuna would be, all right, what is yu'minuna? What form is this? Yu'minun. Is this form 1?
No.
Form 4.
Numbers.
Very good. Yeah, form 4. Yu'minuna. So you have, so how do you define it? Fi'lun mudari'un marfu'un wa alamatu rafihi thubutinun. And who is the file? Al-waw. Wawul jama'ah. And together all of this will become silatul mawsul. This is the relative pronoun, and this will be the relative clause in this. All right. And yesterday you asked this, so I did get it answer to that, why we do not have, why we drop the noon there, right? I checked my notes and I had actually written there with respect to dual. You remember that, this one? Abawaikum.
जी
Yeah, so it's simple that when we have mudaf and mudaf ilay, in mudaf we drop the tanween, right? And so in sound masculine plural and dual, noon is actually the tanween, right? Dun sound. Kitabun. So if you have to say kitabu hamidin, right? You don't say kitabun hamidin, you don't say that. You drop the noon from it, right? Kitabu. So this noon does the same thing in the plural sound masculine plural, and it does the same with dual. So in that, that noon gets dropped. All right, and that's again the principle in singular, and in the plural we do it like this, and the dual as well. All right, so this noon is actually the dun sound. In mudaf, it gets dropped. All right. So I hope that's clear now, right? So this is not because of we were saying yesterday, it's because of the ease, right? But no, it's already in the singular one there as well. So we're following it in the next, in dual as well as the plural. And then we have the next ayat, وَإِذَا فَعَلُوا فَاحِشَةً قَالُوا وَجَدْنَا عَلَيْهَا آبَاءَنَا وَاللَّهُ أَمَرَنَا بِهَا قُلْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَأْمُرُ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ أَتَقُولُونَ عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. See, these two ayats are very beautiful. Even the next one, قُلْ أَمَرَ رَبِّي بِالْقِسْطِ وَأَقِيمُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ عِنْدَ كُلِّ مَسْجِدٍ وَادْعُوهُ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ كَمَا بَدَأَكُمْ تَعُودُونَ. And these two ayats we're going to continue next, inshallah, tomorrow. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.
आपने क्या